Miku, where everything is open source, but a lot of fan support is something that's crucial.
Thank you.
Thank you. I also want to say I love tiger&bunny very much and hope you will give us a good standing. And also I have a question. One is about the tiger. I want to ask why don't tiger tell her daughter he's a hero?
That's spoilers. Watch to the end.
You already know. She's not
やっぱり、それはね、実は親心です。
Well, if you saw
娘
the last two episodes.
ですね、もしそれを言ってしまうと、娘自身が例えばクラスでそれをうっかり言ってしまって、それが広まると、要はヒーローの娘だということが、世間に知れると、彼女に被害が及ぶ可能性が、あると思って、で、こてつはもう心配かけたくないっていうのもありますし、娘には自分がヒーローだっていうのは言ってないです。
That is Kotetsu being a parent. He doesn't want to tell her because if she lets it slip, for example, in class, that her father is a superhero, that might have ramifications. For example, danger might befall onto her, and also he doesn't want her to worry about what dad's doing.
Thank you. And the second question about a bunny, and I noticed the bunny's characteristic can kind of change after the fight of all of us. And what do you think? I think he become more straightforward and open.
No shit. Watch the show.
But he also called Tiger's first name.
I'm sorry. Was that mean?
Is that a question?
No, it wasn't. That was a. I think Tiber. This is what happened at Sunrise's panel and Makoto Shinkai's QA. People ask the dumbest shit. You just watch this to get it laugh.
この、25話を、通じてこのこてつとバーナビーの、関
That's
係
really
性
a
を
watch.
ちょっと
Work more
変化
episodes.
させていきたいっていうのは企画の頭から、考えてましたね。
And it was the actual idea for Tiger and Bunny to develop the relationship over the course of the 25 years between Kotetsu and Barnaby.
でこれはバディストーリーなんですけど、not stable バディストーリー。
Oh,
2人が、ぶつかり合いながら時には仲良くなったり、時には喧嘩したりして、でお互いが、成長していくという、そういうストーリーなので、そういう2人の関係性の変化も楽しんでもらえれば、嬉しいなと思います。
So it really is the story of the growth of the relationship between Barnaby and Kotetsu as they clash and cooperate and grow their friendship and relationship.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, never mind.
Alright, so you already mentioned Fire Emblem, but
needs more
with
fabulous.
all the product placement and stuff, there's a Nintendo series by the same name. Is that intentional or did that just kind of happen?
ファイアーエンブレムに関して、すでにその、一つ関門はあったわけですけども、任天堂の製品
I guess it's better than the last one.
がありますが、それも、
Fire Emblem, yeah. Well, at least we know where Blue Rose came from now.
意図はしてません。
And Rock Bison.
And this one was completely unintentional.
単純に、デザイナーの桂正和さんと、彼のデザイン、スーツデザインをどうしようかというディスカッションをしているときに、火を操る、ファイヤーっていうエレメント、ファクターが決まってたんで、単純にそこからファイヤーエンブレムに名付けました。
When we were designing the character with Masayuki Ozaki, he was to be a fire user. So as a fire user, his code name was to be just evolved to be Fire Emblem.
英語の名前としては、ファイアーエンブレムという全く綴りも同じだと思うんですけど、インジャパニーズ日本語では、カタカナで、ファイヤーこっちのキャラクターがエンブレムが
I wish I could see what he was writing, cause like finger writing.
And when Fire Emblem is spelled out in English, the Nintendo Fire Emblem and Tiger and Bunny Fire Emblem are spelled exactly the same. But there is one character difference in the katakana between Nintendo Fire Emblem and Tiger and Bunny Fire Emblem. So there's a distinction. This is also coincidental.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, give me a second.
Ask your question. You had a second.
Well,
Hurry up, fast
product
talking.
placement,
Let's
I
go.
guess, from Japan to America, how did your sponsors take it in the American version? Because
American
we
version?
noticed
It's the
that
same
a lot of
version.
them are over here, but I would guess that some will drop out over here.
スポンサーは、そのアメリカに紹介したスポンサーもあるわけで、そのアメリカに関しては。
When are they gonna start screening questions for these things?
この作品、最初からその日本だけじゃなくて海外のアメリカもそうですしヨーロッパアジア、で展開するというのも、意識してましたのでできれば、全世界的に展開している企業で全部固められればいいなというのは、確かに思ってはいました。
And since Tiger and Bunny was to have not just a Japanese domestic development, but something that was more global, so including the U.S. and Europe and Asia, the goal was to have a corporate sponsorship that was more global in nature.
で今はグローバルの企業とかあとは日本だけの企業とかいろいろ混じってはいるんですけど
And currently the product placements are a hodgepodge of Japanese domestic corporations as well as global corporations.
ただ今後はもうローカライズの中で、そういった、グローバル企業もスポンサーしてもらえればいいなと思っていますし、アメリカの展開に関してはビズさんと、相談していきながら今後いい展開ができるように持っていきたいなと思います。
In the localization efforts in the future, I hope that we can have more global sponsorship as well as, and specifically for the U.S., it's something that we need to work out with Viz.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So about the second tier heroes that come in its second part of the series, have you thought of doing, I guess, mini shorts for them? And have you also thought of like a regulation promotion system that would come in, like, I guess, later in the second series comes out?
Mm, 今おっしゃってるのは、いわゆる、テレビの20数分の中のA パート、B パート、C パート、その C パートをつけてその
There's a C lead.
Is your question in the context of the format of the TV show where we have the A part, B part, and the C part, and the C part, the epilogue after the closing song?
More like
The second tier
with
heroes.
the second tier heroes, how they're developed
go.
as kind of like the lower parts handle the lower crime. I was wondering if that particularly has ever been a cause for promotion relegation, kind of like in soccer or other sports such as that.
AKA, will we get more second tier heroes?
actually, to clarify, promotion relegation means that one of the heroes would, go to the second tier, and then one of the second tier would actually come up, if that makes any sense.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. それはthat's interesting idea, and actually we think that storyline or that yeah, we think actually that setting, as you say, so interesting idea. And 各ヒーローに、絞った、短いショートゲームだったり、あるいは各ヒーローに
Yeah, speak into the mic. I can't hear you.
スポンサーの各 CM っていうのを作れればいい。
And also, it would be great if we can do short films that would focus on individual characters, as well as do commercials that would be tie-in with the character and the sponsor corporation.
実際に日本では、ブルーローズがペプシを飲む CM が CM としては放送されている。
And there actually is a Pepsi commercial with Blue Rose drinking Pepsi for the Japanese market.
Yeah, we.
Hello.
I think you still missed the question.
I'm mainly curious as to how much control the sponsors themselves have over the development of the show, because I've heard that Pepsi is very protective over Blue Rose and how she's portrayed. As a second part, I suppose, how well have the sponsors' goods and products sold as a result of the show?
Oh, I like this first question.
Very good question. 僕らも、
Yeah.
ペプシさんだけじゃなくて各企業の、企業イメージっていうのはすごく、重要だなと思ってるんで、シナリオを作る上でもあるいは絵を作る上でも非常に配慮をしています。
So it's not just Pepsi, but we do keep the corporate image of all the sponsors in mind, and we take that into consideration when we develop the script.
ですので、事前に各企業には、シナリオは目を通してもらって、あと絵コンテも見てもらって、ディスカッションしてコミュニケーションしながらお互いいい関係を、築いていけてると思っています。
So we communicate with the sponsors. We send them the script. We send them the storyboard before we go to production, so we can keep up a good relationship with each of them.
で、2つ目の質問なんですけど、as for second question、実際に、ペプシもそうですし、牛角レストランでの売り上げですとか、あとは、バンダイの商品とか、非常にこのタイガー&バニーに乗ってくれてるスポンサーの扱ってる商品の売り上げは皆さん非常に伸びてます。
And as to answer your second question, companies like Pepsi, Yukaku, and Bandai have seen revenue growth thanks to Tiger&bunny.